Good evening, everybody. It is Charlie here, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone has had a great start to the week so far. It is time for another news reaction video, guys. All the latest goings on in the wonderful world of Leeds United Football Club. Just before we get into it, as always, please smash that like button. It does really help get the video out there. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new as well, and get all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And of course, hit that notification bell so that you're always aware of when I'm uploading and going live. I do apologise that there wasn't a live weekly catch up on the channel yesterday. It's just been one of them weekends, guys, where I was busy and I just didn't quite have time. But I am back today, as I said, with a news reaction for all the latest news concerning Leeds United. Still no takeover announcement at the minute, which is frustrating. They've had a long time to get this done now. Other clubs in the AFL have had takeovers recently go through quite quickly, but of course it's Leeds United, so they want to keep us in the AFL as long as possible. It makes them more money because people tune in more, etc., etc. So they're dragging their heels a little bit now, and I'm sure that the 49ers are getting frustrated by the day, more and more frustrated day by day. Sorry, and it's understandable. You know, I'm sure that they've got deals that they're probably ready to make, in all honesty, but they may need to hold off until the takeover is officially announced. Obviously, let's just speak about some exits that have been confirmed. Obviously, Robin Koch completed his loan deal to Eintracht Frankfurt until the end of this upcoming season, which means he'll be allowed to leave Leeds United for free next summer, as his contract will have expired. Brendan Aronson has completed his loan move to Union Berlin. On a season-long loan for the upcoming season as well. Who knows what will happen with Brendan after that loan is up? Hopefully, we'll just sell him because I don't see a future for him at Leeds United now. And then obviously it's been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano that Mark Roca has agreed terms on his season-long loan deal to Real Betis, which does have an obligation to buy in as like part of that deal. Again, all three players that I've just named there, not really bothered that they're leaving whatsoever. Obviously, Llorente has gone back to Roma as well, as we all know. Again, those players, I'm really, really not bothered about losing them. And I was thinking about this today. That's actually a shame, and it's actually quite sad that we're not bothered to see these players go. I think last season I didn't have that connection with this team like I have done previous teams where it was sad when Calvin Phillips left the club for obvious reasons. He's a Leeds lad and did a lot for the club. It was a sad day when Rafinha left. I know he was only at the club for 2 years, but such a real good player and gave everything for the shirt whilst he was at Leeds United and was a big part of keeping us in the division at the end of last season or the end of the season before. I don't know. But anyway, he was a huge part of keeping us up that year. Pablo Hernandez, again, obvious reasons. Berardi, Pontus Jansson, Click. We had emotional connections to these players. Alioski as well, another one. We had connections with these players. They gave everything for the shirt. They were real fans' favourites. But this group that are currently there, I mean, I don't have a connection with them. Yeah, we have songs for Rodrigo and Bamford and Ayling and Nonto even, but I wouldn't say I'll be, even if Nonto left, I can't sit here and say that I would be heartbroken about it because we've been utter garbage for the last 18 months that you can't really have connections with a team. The only one that I'd maybe be sad to see go at the minute would be Tyler Adams, because he seems like he really does care about that badge. Speaking of Tyler Adams, apparently him and Max Verber are prepared to stay at the club. When I first saw that, I wasn't convinced. I didn't really believe it, but then there's quite a few outlets that have been reporting that they have said that they are prepared to stay and help get the club back up to the Premier League. I am sure though that if clubs came in for them and they made significant bids for them, that they would be sold probably. But it is good to know that, you know, if that is true, that these players want to stay, because I think Max Verber would be a very competent and a decent centre back in the Championship, and Tyler Adams, it does go without saying, I think he'd be immense in the Championship. I think if you could build a midfield around him, he would really fit in that spine of that 11 players out on that pitch, and I think Daniel Farke would be a huge admirer of Tyler Adams, and I'm sure that he's someone that ideally he would like to keep. So yeah, obviously, again, keep your eyes peeled on those two players, guys. You know, they have said apparently that they want to stay. Fine. But I do thoroughly believe that if clubs came in with considerable bids, that they would be sold. On to some potential incomings then, obviously. We know that Piroe and Ryan Manning from Swansea were both mentioned by Phil Hay last week in his article, where he listed a few names that Leeds United are reportedly interested in. Seen a few things circulating that a deal for Ryan Manning could be completed as soon as the takeover is announced, or like pretty soon after it. Again, I'm not going to read too much into that. I think Ryan Manning will have a lot of interest from the Premier League. I think, you know, his contract's up at Swansea, so he'll have more suitors. I think maybe we could offer him the fact that, you know, he will play week in, week out in a Daniel Farke side at Leeds, and, you know, offering him the chance to be part of the team that gets Leeds United back to the Premier League again. I think that could be a real selling point. And of course, to work under Daniel Farke, who is a very well-respected manager in the Championship. Joel Piroe as well. Obviously, Swansea accounts are sharing that Leeds United have joined the race to sign him. Again, really good striker in the Championship, proven goal scorer in the division as well. And yeah, obviously, it will cost money. Apparently, Swansea are saying that they'd want a minimum of 15 million, which, you know, people think, what, 15 million for Championship? But times have changed, guys. Very good Championship players cost anything between 10 and 20 million now. Like, it can happen. And I'll be honest, if we spent 15 million on your Piroe, I wouldn't be too angry about that fee for him. I think it'd be a very decent deal to do if it can be made. Again, I think the selling point for Piroe would that he would probably be our starting number 9 week in, week out. I think he would be a good replacement for Bamford. And obviously there's Rodrigo that looks like he will be leaving in this summer window as well. And again, you know, to be part of the team that potentially gets Leeds United back to the Premier League at the first time of asking would be a huge selling point as well. And yeah, I think if he went to the Premier League, he may not get as much game time, but we could definitely offer him the game time that he is needing. Yeah, so that is all the news reaction that I've got for you this evening, guys. I will be keeping an eye on Twitter and all socials tomorrow to see if anything develops. Obviously, the new home shirt is out tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. for season ticket holders, and then I believe from 9 a.m. onwards for the general public. Obviously, I'm a season ticket holder, so I'll try and get on at 8 in the morning to secure it. If not, I may need to wait a few days, but oh well. Keep your eyes peeled for what the new home kit will look like. We've all seen the leaks on social media, and if it's anything like that, I'm sure it'll be a very nice shirt. So yeah, as I say, guys, that brings us to the end of this evening's upload. I really do hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, please smash that like button. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new. hit that notification bell and get all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. And I will see you in the next one. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.